to today's Unikernel Spotlight. Uh, this week we're looking at Databend. So Databend bills itself as sort of a open source alternative to Snowflake, and so yeah, we've got it as open source. It's written in Rust, and it has a ton of connectors. We've been looking at a lot of data projects lately, but what's kind of interesting about this is their emphasis on breaking up their architecture. And instead of like some projects where they have like 20 different programs you have to run, this is more of a mix and match and choose your own adventure. And and just because you choose like one thing doesn't mean that you're automatically having to run like another program, which I kind of like. Um, this graphic actually can be broken up even more. They do a decent job of explaining it in the docs here, where you have this meta service layer. And so this is for all your metadata and so forth. Also, your security layer. And then you have your query. So you got your query planning, your optimization, and the actual processing. And then finally, you have your storage layer. So that could be like S3. We're going to show just a normal file system in our demo today. It could even be IPFS if you want the that option. They, as I mentioned, quite a few connectors, quite a few different visualization type of support. A lot of people that maybe manage a data warehouse don't necessarily work day to day in it. So it's important to kind of meet both ends of that spectrum. Uh, but yeah, so I checked this out. I was pleased that there was really only kind of two things that you need to run. We have this metadata. This is the metadata layer. So you need to start this first, and then the other one is Databend query, which is obviously our query layer. And so I stuffed the instructions in both. You're gonna need both, and I just felt like it made most sense to do both here. But yeah, let's jump in and show you how you can actually run this. So we're gonna run our metadata service first. This has a couple ports that it listens on. This starts up a raft consensus to provide consensus. So there's a couple of different ways to provide consensus across projects. Back in the day, Zookeeper and so forth used to be kind of the default in the JVM world. Even Zookeeper is kind of going away now. I think you know, don't quote me on this, but I think it got yanked from the latest Kafka, but maybe I'm wrong. You could say I'm wrong if that's true. Anyways, so this uses Raft. There's a couple of ports that listens in on, and then you can also spawn some other stuff. As you can see, it has its own little HTTP admin. It has gRPC and Raft, right? And then we go ahead and open up the query layer. So the query layer is, again, pretty interesting, right? Now you can open up lots of different services to listen to here. I'm just opening up this web interface and then also this MySQL interface. This is something interesting that I've been seeing a lot of these sorts of projects do, is like they just default to having a MySQL or Postgres query abstraction layer, and I think that's really special, and I think that's becoming like super common. So we can go ahead and talk to via the admin layer through this little curl statement I'll show you here. Basically just says, gives this SQL of select average number from all these numbers, right? And then pipe it into JQ. So we do this. Obviously, you want to change your password, but so we do our query. We get our query back, shows the schema and the analysis of it, and obviously we get our answer here. So that's one way to query, right? But as I said, we popped open a MySQL version of this too, so we can pop that open, and now we're here. So you can do stuff like select now and things like that. So this is a pretty cool data warehousing solution, that I just ran into like a week or two ago. I would love to explore it more if I had more time, but maybe you will, and you know, maybe you'll run as a nanos unikernel. Till next time.